Hey everybody, welcome back to Stock Voyager. I am Jer. Let's look at PIK, P-I-K. It's a new stock well, it's not a new stock. It's a stock that Mr. Zach Morris is talking about today. I went and quickly did some DD. So this is what I've found. As of right now, okay, so revenue for the last 4 quarters was 21 million. Profit loss was 5 million. They lost 5 million. They are trading currently at 2.26 times revenue. Ionic Ventures owns 7%. The product itself is like it's a service. It's a styling service for kids, similar to like what you see with Stitch Fix with for adults. They began operations in 2016. The CEO, I don't have his name written down here, but the CEO was the CEO of the Children's Place for like 17 years. And actually, the only reason that this company has continued to operate is because he has loaned the company a lot of money, and he is very dependent on this company being successful to make that money back. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. EF Hutton set a price target of $10 at the end of December. However, EF Hutton also owns, it looked like 2,112,647 shares. So, yeah, do what you will with that information. It looks like, let me pull up Webull. I didn't write this down because it's like 100,000 float. Zach had been talking about it. Yeah, 108,000 float. With 7.62 million shares outstanding, a market cap currently of 46 million. And after hours, they're trading at 810. Okay, so the thing that you need to be kind of careful with here is, let's go. Let me just a second here. The thing you need to be careful with here is, hopefully this works here. All right. I was looking at the prospectus and shares eligible for future sale. Future sales of substantial amounts of common stock in the public market after this offering could adversely affect market prices prevailing from the time to time and could impair our ability to raise capital through the sale of equity securities. We are unable to estimate the number of shares of common stock that may be sold in the future. Prior to this offering, there has been no active market for our common stock. Future sales of substantial amounts of our common stock in the public market could adversely affect market prices prevailing from time to time. Okay, so that's great. Now, the thing that you need to be careful about, at this offering, there were 2,117,647 shares publicly available for sale. So, and that is, they are registered to sell for futures, or they are available for future sale on the date of this prospectus. The date of this prospectus was November 10th. So I don't know if these shares ended up being locked up with the rest of shares or not, but that's something to be cautious about. I'm going to work on an actual written report, DD report, that I'll put on stockvoyager.com shortly. But I wanted to share this first. Let's see. Then 2,919,000 shares are going to be available on February 10th. And then the other 2,580,666 shares are at or after 180 days from the date of this prospectus. So that will be, what do I have it? I have it listed here. May 10th. So 2,117,647 shares now. 2,919,521 shares on February 10th. 2,580,666 on May 10th. So those are dates and share amounts that you need to keep in your mind. Again, I don't know. This says they're available for. Let's look at this. Okay. Upon completion, we will have outstanding aggregated 7,617,000 shares. Okay, we got that. Of these outstanding shares of common stock, the 2,117,647 shares of common stock sold in this offering will be freely transferable without restriction or registration under Securities Act, except for any shares purchased by any of our existing affiliates. Let's look up affiliates. Okay, in general rule, beginning 90 days after this offering, a person or persons whose shares are aggregated other than our affiliates, blah. So I don't know. Let's see. We're going to look for that's their pay. So it looks like 5 million shares belong to executive officers and directors. Now, those are shares that will be locked up for the 180 days, 6 months. So that would be February 10th. All of those shares become available. Then these shares here, which are 1,508,000, also will be locked up until that February 10th. Let me 3 plus 1,508,408, 6,663,000 shares locked up until then. I don't know where they're getting. Okay, so 5,155,000. So I don't know. This is just really so 2 million shares are available for sale without needing to be registered, without restriction or registration under Securities Act. Okay. These other ones are restricted. So 90 days after prospectus, the 2,919,000 then 2,580,000. This number ends up being more than what they, I think, outstanding 7,617,000. Yeah, the thing that just catches me and is this the 2,117,647 shares of common stock sold in the offering will be freely transferable without restriction or registration under the Security Act. And that's on the date of the prospectus. So if they don't have to be, I don't know. I just be very, very careful here. Like there's a lot of good things about the company. The fact that the CEO has 17 years of experience with the children's place, and um, the revenue is okay, 21 million. It's not amazing by any means. It's not amazing, but it's okay. Um, their loss is a little concerning because they had a loss of 5 million in the last 4 quarters. So they are trading at 2 times revenue, which is a little high for a small cap that's not making a profit. But again, you can do whatever you want here, obviously. I'm not your financial advisor. I can't push sell, can't push buy for you. I can just tell you what I would do. And for right now, I'm going to kind of stand off and watch it. There might be a chance to get in at some point, but right now I'm very, very cautious. Mainly because I don't know what that 2 million shares available now means and if that can just become a part of free float. And if it can, that's kind of, yeah. Yeah. Because if you go from 100,000 shares free float to then 2 million, it's still low, but that's a big jump and a lot of dilution compared to the 108,000. So just be cautious there. I personally wouldn't be trading this. You know me. I don't trade after hours. I don't trade pre-market just because it is just so volatile, and um, the volume of shares traded is very low, and that affects things. I just prefer not. I prefer to trade during the day, usually in the early part of the day, if I can find a good entry point into any stock. So I wouldn't hold this overnight, especially with that 2 million shares that we're kind of unsure about. Um, if I find out, I've looked and looked and I can't find out if those shares will remain locked up. I mean, they're not locked up, so I don't know why they're not added to free float, but just be cautious. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm going to write up a written copy of this, excuse me, make it into a document and put it on stockvoyager.com. And just like this video, it'll be on there before I share it anywhere else. Okay. All right. Hope you have a wonderful, profitable green day. Be cautious on this one. Um, you could play it, but just be cautious. There's a high amount of risk here. Okay, that's all I have. Hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.